Okay, you're right. Today we're going to do 609, the unitary method. Let's have a look at some introduction question here. Every week, Elsa spends $25, which is 20% of her weekly earning, okay, on watching a movie with her friends. Well, good for her. Okay, so how much is her total weekly earning? So $25 is just 20% of her weekly earning. Now, her weekly earning is 100%. So her earning is whatever it is, how much it is, it's going to be 100%. But 20% of that 100% is $25. And we want to know how much she really earned for altogether, total weekly earnings. So let's put it this way. So I've got 20% equals $25. Okay. Now I want to know what is 100%. That will be her total weekly earning. Okay. That's what I want to know. Any suggestions, people? How do we make 20% to 100%? What do we need to do from here to here?
Do you multiply by 4?
Multiply 4? You mean 5?
Oh.
5, isn't it? So you're thinking, how many $20 notes do you need to make $100, sort of?
Yeah.
Yep, excellent. Good job. So that is absolutely correct. So I will go times by 5 here. So 20 times 5, it's 100. So that's 100%. And I will do the exactly same thing here. Why? Because it says equal. So whatever you do on your left, it's got to be exactly same on the right. So it balances up. That's what equal means, balancing. Okay. So if I do that, 25 times 5 is $125. So Elsa's weekly earning is $125. That's 25 times 5. Okay, so that's okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's have a look at Anna. Of course, we can't forget Anna. Okay, so Anna bought a dress for $97, which is 65% of her weekly earning. So how much is her total weekly earning? So let's summarize what's happening here. So I've got 65%, which is equal to $97. Now I want to know how much is the 100%. Okay, so I can't really times nicely any number to make 100 from 65. It has to be some like decimal point or fraction. It's not smooth like Elsa's case. So in this case, we needed some other way of doing it, simpler way, instead of trying to find 65 times what makes 100. So how about, what if I make into 1% is how much? And then times by 100, make it into 100%. Will give me some answer. So I'm going to make 65% to 1%. I think that's easier than making 65% to 100%. Now, any suggestion? How are we going to make 65% to 1%?
You divide it?
Divide it, yes, by?
65.
Excellent, good job. So you divide by 65. So your only way you can make 1 is you're dividing by itself. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here, 65. So what I'm going to do is 97 over 65. I'm not going to write decimal here because that's going to be a bit messy. So I'm going to leave it as a fraction here. Now, 1% is not what we want because we want her total weekly earning, which is represented as 100%. So I want 100%. So what do we do next? I want 100%. So from 1% to what do we do to make 100%, guys? Anyone?
Times it by 100.
Excellent. Oh, gee, you guys so smart today. Okay, so I'm going to do 97 over 65 times 100. And that will give me, if I calculate, I've already done it for you. So it's 149.23076 ... But of course, we're going to do it in 2 decimal places, 149.23. So Anna's total weekly earning is $149.23. Okay. So let's have a look. So who earns more? 120. Oh, Anna earns more. I see. Okay, so that sums up what we've just done. It's called unitary method. The whole unitary method is to find the whole amount. Okay, so unitary unit is 1. And first, you have to make it into 1%, and then you times by 100. Okay, just like what we did for Anna's weekly allowance or earning. Now, let's have a look at example 22. If 15% of an amount, so what I'm going to do, because we don't know the amount, is X is $75. What is that amount? So 15% of an amount is $75. Now, I'll just translate that into mathematical sentence here. That an amount, X, is the total amount. Okay, so that's total. So we're expecting more than 75% for the X, okay, when we find it. So it's basically, if you want to think about, okay, so that's your money bag, and that's 100%, okay? And you just took 15% out of that. So that's like say about 15% here. That's your 15%, okay? And that's $75. And I want to know how much you have, or we have, in the whole bag. That's the whole idea, okay? So let's have a look. I'm going to put 15% equals 75, isn't it? Okay. Now, I would like to, instead of thinking about how many, 15 can make into 100, I'm going to use unitary method. I have to make first 1% from 15%. So what do we do here, guys?
1% equals 75 divided by 15.
Good job. I think what you're trying to say is 15% divided by 15, isn't it? You divided by 15. And exactly what you said is 75 divided by 15. Okay. So we divided by 15. So basically you're dividing itself. Okay. 1% equals, I'm going to leave it as it is. It seems like it's going to be a nice whole number, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now, second step is to making into 100% because we want to know the total amount. So what do we do now in here? How do we go from 1% to 100?
Do you multiply by 100?
Yes, thank you very much. So you do that, and don't forget to do the same thing on the other. Okay, so I've done it 100 here, and I'm doing 100 here. So therefore, 1% times 100 is 100%, and 75 over 15 times 100, and you will get 500. That's what you got. Now, I would like to check this, whether I've done it correctly or not. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check. Is it really 15% of $500 is $75? Is that really true? So I'm going to go 15 divided by 100, or 15 over 100, that's a 15%. Of means times, and then you times by 500. You put all that in your calculator, you will get 75% because I've done it. Okay, so that is correct. So your answer is $500. So this summary is what exactly the steps we've done. First step was to find 1% of the amount by dividing by itself. And then we times by 100 to find the 100%, the whole amount. Next question. Farmer Brown lost 30% of her cows in a flood. Oh, that's very sad. If she had 560 cows left, how many cows did she have before the flood? It's got a star, red star sign on there. That means it's tricky. So you need to think about this. She lost 30% cows she lost. Okay. So what percentage she's got left then?
70% left.
Excellent, good job. So 70% left. Okay. Now that 560 cows left is so your favorite mistake will be in this case, you might say 30% equals 560. So this is very important, guys. You really need to read the question here. So 560 that given is how many cows are left, after the flood. Okay, now we have to find total cows before the flood. 70% represents 560 cows. Okay, so first step is we have to find 1% of that. How many cows are 1%? Okay, so as you will know by now, you will divide by itself, so 70. So I will go 70% divided by 70, and you will do exactly same thing, divided by 70 on your right-hand side as well. So you've got to do it everything equally. If you've done something on the left-hand side, you've got to do the same thing on the right-hand side. That's why it's an equal sign in the middle. Okay, so that gives me 1%, and I am not going to calculate this part. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to wait until the end, and then I'll use calculator to do it whole thing. So that's my first step. I've got the 1%, but that's not the answer. We want to know how many cows before the flood. So it has to be more than 560. That's 100%. We want 100% number of cows. Okay, so that will be times by 100. Okay, I think you probably will know what to do here. So I want you to think about this with me in your head. Even you can't really say it with me, just think about it. So if I do that, I will times by 100 here, times by 100 here. Okay, so therefore my 100% equals 560 divided by 70 times 100. That'll give me 800 cows. But just in case if I made a mistake or something, so I want to check. So I want to know that 70% of 800 will be 560. So 70 divided by 100 times by 800. And if you put that in your calculator, you will get 560 cows. So that is correct. Now, this is a bonus question. Okay, let's have a look. Matthew buys a game system for $348 at a discount of 20%. What was the original price? So always original or total price. We want to know the 100% of the price of the game system. Okay, so anyone jump in. How do we do this question? What is this mean? $348 at a discount of 20%. Is it $348 like 100% price or not?
No.
No. So then how much? What percentage is it 348 then?
20%.
So you think $348 is 20% the original price?
80%.
80%. Can you explain that to me? Why do you think it's 80%?
Because he got a discount for 20%,
Mm,
and the original price was 100%.
you're paying 80% only, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, well done. So whoever said 20%, do you understand why is not quite 20%? It's not a bad answer. It's a good mistake because you only see 20% on the paper and then you get the $348. So you'll put it together. You think it's 20% is 348. That's a good mistake.
Miss,
Yeah.
is the original price $435?
$435? Is
Yeah.
that what you said?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Who's this?
Gemma.
Oh, Gemma. Fantastic, Gemma. You're just a few steps ahead of me. Fabulous. Now, so since you've done the calculation, Gemma, walk through with us. What did you do, please?
I did 348 over 80
Okay.
and then times it by 100.
Okay, Gemma, can I just do the introduction first and then you just hold it for a second? So,
Yeah.
Step 1, 80% was 348 because 100 take away 20 is 80%. Okay, now I want to make into 1%. That's when Gemma did divided by 80. Is that right, Gemma?
Yeah, I think so.
And then that will give us 1%. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then second step was we want 100%. So you times by 100. Is that right?
Yeah.
So 1% times by 100. And we do the exactly same on my right. And what did you get, Gemma? Sorry?
435.
Excellent. That's the original price. Let's check whether that is correct. Okay, we can check this. 80% of 435 should be 348. So if you put that in your calculator, 80 divided by 100 times 435 will give you 348. So main thing here is read the question carefully. That amount that you're given is what percentage is that amount, the total amount. So you need to think about that before you jump into using the unitary method. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Thank you.